This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting, brought to you by Undisputed, available on Xbox and PlayStation. I'm joined by Mams Taylor today in Nashville at the ranch. Mams, how's life treating you?
Fredericks, very well, very well. Can't complain.
It's been a very quiet period from the outside for the Misfits boxing fans, but from the inside, I guess it's rather busy.
Very busy, working on a lot of cool things, a lot of new things, and I'm excited for the next chapters to come, and I think we've learned a lot, and we've done an amazing job. We've put on some amazing shows, and I'm always of the mindset that there's room for improvement, so I analyze where can we improve and how can we improve. Things that are in our control, we certainly always want to improve on,
What's been the biggest learning lesson you've had this year as the promoter?
I think the biggest learning lesson would be, I think I've learned how to, I expect that everything could possibly go, everything you could imagine going wrong could go wrong. Mm-hmm. And if you don't get stressed out in those kind of stressful situations, I think you manage things a little bit better, and you can find a solution more calmly. And I think it's taught me a lot. It's taught me, look, even in music or in other businesses that I've been involved in, I've always been good under pressure, under stress. But this sometimes has taken me to new heights and extremes. So it's been humbling. It's amazing. I still have so much to learn, but I've learned a lot, in the 3 years of doing this. It's been an unbelievable ride, and I'm very grateful for it, to be honest.
And now, with the shows you had this year, what's the plan moving forward? What's the game plan you guys have come up with behind the scenes to improve things and kind of almost create a new structure?
We are creating a new structure. We
a big ego just to walk straight through.
She's worn. She doesn't like red. I should have told you that.
Almost like a bull.
Yeah. So we have a new format coming, where we're going to do a lot less shows, and we're going to make sure each of them are quality shows.
So more quality and less quantity.
Yes. And look, I really can't think of a bad show that we've done other than the incident that happened. I think every show has had its strengths and weaknesses, and they've been good and mixed. But I think this method now will up the quality of the fights, and there'll be no fillers, whatsoever. And every fight will have a purpose. You want to see Modine versus Wakey Wines for a reason, okay? It fulfilled a certain purpose it had. You want to see Salt Pappy fighting Gibb for a reason. There's reasons behind this. If there's a reason for the title, for the rankings, for the comedy, for the story, for the background, I just don't want to put on any random fights that don't make any sense, unless it's an absolute last-minute replacement where our hands are tied. Shit can happen. But on the whole, I want everything to have purpose, everything to have reason. I want the quality to be at a scale where people are like, holy shit, every time I watch a Misfits show, it's the best 3 hours, 4 hours ever spent watching anything. I want it to be the most entertaining product, and I don't think we're far off. I think we have been the most entertaining product many times, in comparison to a lot of other shows, a lot of other promotions, and I think it's got a little bit of everything. And look, I think we do 6 shows next year, and we focus on the quality, we focus on the story, we focus on the star building, and I'll tell you what that will do as well. It will motivate. Are you nervous the horse is going to knock the camera?
You need to turn the camera here, just right there. But a question about that? How many?
This will motivate the fighters and kick them in the arse and make them realize they can't just be put on a show because they asked me to fight. They can't be put on a show just because they have 1 million followers. It's got to be people who are going to be making an effort. Otherwise, you might get one shot, but you won't get a second. I don't give a shit who it is. If they don't sell tickets and bring eyeballs, and don't promote to make a massive effort to do that, then it's just not the right place. But, there are other feeder promotions they can go to. So I think it's time to really get some quality control in and elevate this. And listen, I'm very proud of where we are. I'm very proud of what we've achieved. And again, I'm not arrogant enough to say that there's not a shit ton of stuff that we can't improve on. So we can, and we will, and we are. Especially things that are under our control. So, I take note of everything, and I'm like, I'd rather give people a show they could really look forward to, have proper time to announce every show so people can be familiarize themselves with the storylines, with the characters, and just really get excited about it, rather than like, okay, we got this show, now we're doing this show, So I think that's how we build this the right way. And again, I'm proud. The last 2 shows we've done amazing numbers, best non-pay-per-view numbers we've ever done.
Were the numbers over the max viewership? Was it over 200K?
Yes.
Wow.
Massively over.
Over over 300K.
Shush. But massively over, and much. And there's a paywall. It's free on DAZN, but you have to subscribe to DAZN. Mm-hmm. So that's where it's impressive. And also, obviously, there's no cheating the numbers.
How many pay-per-view shows will be out of those 6 shows?
We'll figure that out. Obviously, the demand's got to be there, and we're very big on a couple of pay-per-view stars in the making, and people who we know already now. Darren Till's done some great numbers, so we're definitely ready for him to go on pay-per-view. We've got some Americans who are as well, and we've got some really good stuff coming up, and we haven't been rushing it. We've taken our time. This is the one thing I'll say.
The horse is just sniffing the tripod. I'm very paranoid. I'm very paranoid about the camera.
Come and say hi to Frederick.
Let's move it this way. Look at this.
You like the tripod? You like the camera? You like it? Yes. I knew I'd get a yes out of you, boy. Okay, go on. Off you go. Off you go.
Just stand here, sir. Back here. Go back here. The biggest star certainly this year. Oh, let me just turn the camera a bit. It's like a waterfall. One of the biggest stars, or certainly the biggest star to come out this year, is Darren Till. What's next for Darren Till? Because I heard you guys tried to make this Nate Diaz fight from Darren's side, and Nate Diaz pulled out.
Look, we're working on a few really good options for him. I don't want fighters talking about things that maybe could happen and should happen. And look, just to clear it up, people are like, oh, you cancelled another show. No, we didn't cancel a show. I'll find dates, and I'll be like, hey, this is when these venues are available. DAZN, do these dates work for you? And is this cool? Do you like this idea? Blah, blah, blah. We're all partners. There's a lot of moving parts. Then I'll go to the fighters I've got in mind. Fighter A, are you free on August 2nd, 3rd, whatever it was, or whatever? Yes, I'm free. Hey, are you free on this date? No, I can't make it on that date for this reason. Can we push it? And literally that happens. And you've not seen me, Fred. I've grown up over these years as well, and I've learned a lot. And yes, I really love trolling sometimes and everything else, but I've chilled on that. I'm in the background more. I'm just trying to get stuff done, tweeting less about this and that and the other. And I think it's a different time, and I think people are going to be very impressed with that, with MF Pro, with the MMA stuff, which we've been working on forever. But we're never going to be launching either of those products until everything is perfect. I don't want a repeat of any of the mistakes that we've made so far. Otherwise, if you repeat your mistakes, then you're never going to grow.
Question about the 6 shows next year. Mm-hmm. Are those going to be 6 influence boxing shows,
crossover,
or mix with the professionals as well?
There'll be crossover boxing shows, but when the others launch, there'll be separate shows. Okay. You won't be mixing and matching.
So that means that the Misfits brand will be putting on more than 6 shows a year, because you'd have the influencers, MMA and pro.
Yes, but they will be really very, very different products.
Okay.
under the same umbrella.
The Misfits will be the parent company.
Yes.
Yeah. And how far away are you from doing that?
We're inching closer and closer with some really interesting stuff, so we'll see.
So you reckon by the start of 2026?
We're inching closer and closer.
Depends how much you judge an inch by, I suppose. Let's talk about this then. Ty Mitchell. Ty Mitchell, I put a little tweet out today and he replied by saying, who's the most talented fighter on Misfits? You've obviously matched him up against Liam Cameron. Is that too soon for Ty, going up against a fighter like Liam Cameron?
I mean, I haven't made the match yet, but it's something we'd like to work on, and I think I really like Liam Cameron. I think he's a cool guy and he's funny and he's kind of a misfit, you know, in his own way. But I like his style. He's exciting to watch. But I think Ty beats him tomorrow.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Why are you so confident in Ty?
I've just seen things with Ty. I see things in Ty that maybe he hasn't displayed fully yet. But listen, I mean, even on a day where he might not have been at his best, and he's only had 2 fights since for how many years, you know? But in that, Idris Virgo is not someone you toy with. He's a good boxer. He's a solid boxer, you know? He's good. Well, you got nothing to say about that?
No, I was waiting for you to finish.
Okay. You're not nodding your head or anything, I see. Idris is good. He's beaten. It just shows the levels. He came in and it wasn't much of an effort for him, you know? So I'm waiting for him to level up. Maybe he'll have 1 fight before Liam, you know? I definitely want him to fight a ranked fighter, then set up the Liam Cameron fight, then go for the Ben Whittaker fight for him. And I'll make a friendly wager with you now, Frederick, that he's going to beat them all.
Oh, no, I don't say he doesn't, because I know he watches this, and I do really, really like Ty. I'm just playing devil's advocate. He's
a star. He's an absolute star, and he's got charisma, very natural charisma, which you can't teach. And he's a fantastic, awkward boxer who hits hard. You know, he's not an easy night's work for anybody, let me tell you.
Oh, certainly. I look forward to seeing his career go forward. KSI, he's got a hand injury. When is his surgery?
Should be end of the summer sometime, or middle of the summer sometime. But I think he's scheduled it. I got to check with Abs and them when he's doing it. But yeah, I'm excited for him just to be at 100% health more than anything else. You know, he's enjoying life. He's switched gears. He's really, really focused on his YouTube, and we're putting some great ideas together, and the team's very aligned. And I think what's important with each creator and who wants to box is that they want to box and they're excited about it and happy about it. And the only way to do that with KSI is for him to be at full health and to be fighting someone he's excited to be fighting.
I'm just looking at my phone for the notes. I put a tweet out and just reading what people are saying. Obviously, KSI did the interview with Vidal Riley where he said he really wants to prioritise YouTube and boxing will be on the back burner.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon his YouTube sort of arc will last until he comes back to boxing?
Look, I've known a lot of people. I know KSI very well, obviously, and I think if the stars align, you know, he's a multi-talented guy who can put his time and energy into something and be very, very good at it. So it's all about how excited he is about what he's doing. He's in a wonderful position where he gets to decide what is his turn on at the moment. And, you know, if boxing is time well spent for him where he's enjoying it and getting something out of it, then you should do it. If you don't box, luckily, look, a lot of people are in a position where they have to box, you know. He's not in that position. He's very blessed in that sense. So
the horse is just sprinting over here.
So I want him to, you know, I would never want him to do something where he's not happy doing it. And I think with KSI, first thing he needs to focus on is getting his hand right, being in full health, and just seeing what happens from there.
When will tag team boxing return?
Tag team boxing is a staple part of Misfits' DNA now. It's embedded and embodied in the DNA of Misfits, so it'll always be around.
Okay. But you reckon in the next few cards we'll have a tag team on them?
Yeah, of course.
All right. The reason I'm also in Nashville is Adin Ross has a brand risk boxing promotions card with Charleston White versus one of the Island Boys headlining. Are you going to go? This is in Nashville. Are you going to be in attendance? Have you been invited?
No, I haven't actually. But to be honest with you, I kind of have a rule where I only go to Misfits shows unless we're involved in some capacity in another show. Wasserman show, a Turkey, Turkey had a show, and obviously KSI was there playing the video game. So things like that we'll go to. Otherwise, there's no place I'd rather be than home with my animals. And, if it's not a Misfits show or a WWE show, I do enjoy those once in a while.
What are your thoughts on KSI sending a few shots at Adin Ross recently? Adin Ross is head of brand risk boxing promotions. Regarding Aaron the Plumber tagging Adin Ross saying, "We won."
I think it's friendly banter between them, and they go back and forth sometimes, don't they? I think. And, as long as it doesn't turn into anything too serious, then it's fine. And Adin and I are fine. We wish them the best. I think they wish us the best. And, it's all good.
Tell me about Aaron the Plumber, though, your recent signee. What can you expect from him over the next few months?
Aaron the Plumber is the most explosive new face on the scene. And this guy, he's like a young Mike Tyson. His explosiveness. Okay, I'm saying there's similarities.
Right. There's comparisons.
Yeah, and I think, and I'm not saying I'm comparing him to Mike Tyson. I'm not disrespecting the big dog Iron Mike, obviously. But Aaron the Plumber, I'm super excited about. He might be the future #1 pound-for-pound king, Fredericks.
Okay. As a star like that, you need to make sure you match him correctly against big fights. Who have you got lined up for Aaron?
I've got someone who's a big name lined up for Aaron with 0 fights, same as him.
I see Wade going back and forth with Aaron the Plumber. Is this a future fight?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good second fight. I think Wade, HS Tiki Toki, and Aaron the Plumber have a nice little triangle. There's a lot.
First ever triple threat match.
I don't know about that, but we'll make sure things happen when it's the right time.
And one last thing, next week Jake Paul is fighting Chavez Jr. Your prediction for this?
I don't know, man. I think I really like Chavez. I think he's a lovely guy. I think he's training hard, and he's not. If it was the Chavez that we saw fight Sergio Martinez, I think it would be an easy night's work for him. But there's been a lot that's happened between then and now, and Father Time is undefeated, But listen, I wish him the best, and I hope it's a great event.
Have you spoken to Nikisa recently?
Once in a while, we do speak to one another.
It's like a happy birthday and Merry Christmas text, then, is it?
Not really, no.
One day, hopefully, one day. Before we wrap this up, anything else you want to add?
No,
all the stuff that's going on.
I'm very excited. This new presentation of what Misfits is going to be about. It brings the core values of influencer boxing into the mix, into the fold, the storytelling, the star building. That's the focus, and I can't wait, because you're going to see a noticeable quality difference in quality in every aspect.
All right, well, look forward to it.
Thanks, Frederick.
We'll expect a show in August, September time, the next show.
I'll see you later. Thanks for having me, Fredericks.